Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 16, Episode 7. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So The Real Housewives of Jersey dropped their taglines yesterday. So Teresa Giudice, her tagline is, "I have a new king, but I'm still the queen of New Jersey." We'll find out if he's a king. I don't think so, in my opinion, but we'll see. Dolores' new tagline is, "I don't start the drama, but I will stop the show." Now, honey, I love that because Dolores, that is true. I think Dolores is so gorgeous. Issa, "Some people are born great, some people are born Jersey." She could save that. I don't know. Moving on. Marge, "I say when you have nothing to hide, there's nothing to lose." Well, all right. We'll go with that, Marge. Jennifer, "My nose may be new, but I could still smell a rat." Honey, there's a lot of stuff that's new about this woman. I'm just telling you. Sometimes I really like her. Other times this woman irritates me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here for Jen. Here's who I'm not here for, is Jackie. I really wish that we would have got rid of her. But anyway, she's just like Teddy Mellencamp to me. Anyway, hers is, "You don't have to pay me a compliment, but you do have to pay me respect. Otherwise, I'm just going to cry." Anyway, I am looking forward to the new season of New Jersey. I hope you guys will be here to watch it with me. Anyway, moving on to The Real Housewives of OC. The show starts off with Emily, Nicole, and Jen. They go out shopping for the Cabo trip. Emily is there. She is hungover and she is carrying around a 2-liter of ginger ale. Now, I'm going to tell you this, okay? Emily is doing everything she can this season to hold on to that orange. She really is. I mean, with the subs and now a big 2-liter, you cannot tell me that she is not begging for attention. Because, ma'am, you know at that big house of yours that you have some beautiful, bedazzled, jazzy cups that you could have brought with you. Those nice travel cups with straws. Girl, please, quit playing with us. You could have kept your 2-liter in the car and brought your ginger ale in there and been a little classy. But no, you're going to walk in here with a big 2-liter of ginger ale, trying to be seen. I got you. I do have to say that when they tried on swimsuits, Emily looked gorgeous to me. People are always talking about she's overweight, she's chunky, she's X, Y, and Z. Listen, the woman is just tall. And she is built. You know what I mean? I thought she looked amazing in that swimsuit.
You look like my child. Like I gave birth to you. You're like the size of Annabelle.
Now listen, Jen is a tiny woman, especially when she stands next to Emily, who is really tall. But I thought that they both looked great. Now, Nicole, on the other hand, she takes every opportunity she can to talk as much crap about Noella as possible.
Clear to me that Nicole's intent is for me to think badly of Noella.
Noella talked a lot of on pretty much every single person in this friend group.
She's just being shady and petty.
Now, honey, listen, I agree with Emily 100%. I am 100% behind Emily. I can't wait for this reunion because I really want Noella to lay into Nicole, or at least later in the season, lay into this woman. You were on Watch What Happens Live talking about Noella is a good friend. You know, she's a really good friend. She's behind me. I don't think so. A really good friend would not throw you under the bus like this. A really good friend would not go around town talking trash about you. A really good friend would not tell other new friends things that you have said to them. Girl, you need to reevaluate what you think of as a friend. Shannon is at home having reservations about the Cabo trip because she says that her and Gina and Emily have not been in a good place, and they never really did sit down and speak about the untrustworthy comments, you know, and how they all three don't trust, you know, each other. Well, Gina and Emily don't trust Shannon, and Shannon doesn't trust them. However, she says that she's really happy that her and Heather are in a good place. Well, girl, I don't know if I would actually call that a good place. She threatened you. You apologized. She says she accepted your apology, and then she made you apologize to Terry, which you were uncomfortable about. It seems to me that she's just being bothered with you, but she's really not 100% your friend. So I'm hoping that you don't think that you and Heather are in a really good place, because I don't buy it.
Hi, it's Gina. Dad.
Okay, this is Narina, but
Oh, is this not the doorbell? Where's the doorbell?
Well, la-ti-da. She's got the intercom doorbell. Anyway, Gina is still drinking the Heather Kool-Aid. Gina has decided to move out of her house and move into Heather's ass. Okay, I was mean for that. I'm sorry, peeps. Excuse my language. Anyway, this friendship between Heather and Gina is so ridiculous to me. Gina is all about anything Heather says or does. And I'm telling you right now, Gina is going to have problems because Heather is starting to think that she is Regina George and she is in charge of the girls. And Gina is following right behind her as if she is really the head girl in charge. So Gina tells her that she's feeling guilt over this trip. She feels really bad about going to Cabo without Noella, knowing that Noella's life is really blowing up right now and that she would feel so bad the whole time she was in Cabo if Noella was back in the OC alone and sad. So she asked Heather for a favor and asked her would she please invite Noella on the trip.
But so Max is 17, licking that right, getting your having your
It's so awkward.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, now listen, parents, if you want to get your child a card game that says mess like this, oh, go ahead, do that. But what you won't do is get one for my kid. No, ma'am. Listen, I don't know if Noella knew what the card said or not, but the point is all card games have a age requirement or some sort of parental advisory on the front of the box. Ma'am, did you check the front of the box? No. I would be upset too if I was Fancy Pants. Even though Gina says that she does think that that was irresponsible for Noella to give Max that game, she still asked Heather to please invite Noella. Heather says, all right, I'll invite her, but she's your responsibility. And I said, oh no, are we doing this? So she's her responsibility, meaning that Gina needs to make sure that Noella is on her best behavior. I said, that's a daggone shame. No, ma'am. If I was Noella, I'd have just stayed at home. Stay at home, girl. Heather then mentions that her and her family go to Cabo 10 times a year. I said, oh, wow. Nice. Okay. Right. I'm lucky to get a really nice vacation every year. Anyway, this is not about me. So Heather, she rents a private jet and she lets everyone know that Nicole cannot make it. I wonder what that was about, but I think we'll find out later in the season. Anyway, she lets everyone know that Noella will be coming later. Turns out Gina says Noella had an appointment. I hope it was an appointment with a divorce attorney. Because I was thinking with Noella's problems with Sweet James and her credit situation, which, she doesn't have any credit cards except for that one that she says is attached to her Amazon account and she's ordering everything from there. Getting on Heather's free private jet would have been the best way because, free 99 is the best price if you ask me. So they make it to Cabo, and of course this place that Heather has rented is absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to know, it seems as if Heather paid for all of this. The private jet, the villa, everything. Because Gina makes this comment that Heather paid for all of this. I mean, this to me is living, but I'm still not going to kiss anybody's butt for it. Honey, listen, I will be happy to check into my little 4-star hotel. And, I'm a baller on a budget, okay? My favorite store is the Dollar Tree. Anyway, moving on. This is not about me. So they all go and they pick out rooms, and these rooms are amazing. When it gets down for Gina and Emily to pick out a room, I guess it's the house manager. I'm not sure who the person was, what their role was. lets them know that there's 4 rooms available. And Gina and Emily decide that they don't need 4 rooms. They just need 1. They want a room together. And I said, oh, look, Gina and Emily, they're the Ramona and Sonia of the OC. We noticed that Heather has had a meeting with her architect. She has designed their vacation home the same way she designed their home in the OC, and she wants to have a house built in Cabo. And she was saying that she wants to leave something for her children. Now, you cannot knock a girl for that. You really can't. She wants her children to have some place to go to for years. When they grow up, when they get married, they can come there and bring their children there. When Terry and Heather are gone, they will have a place that they can still get together and celebrate as a family. And that actually brought tears to my eyes. I am here for it. I agree with Heather on that one. Build a place, buy a place, do what's best for you and your children. So Heather lets them know that they can, decide what they'd like to do on their trip. They can go out on the water or they can go horseback riding. Gina brings up that vacation they had in 2019.
I'm like a survivor of a shark attack.
What kind of shark is that?
She keeps swearing that she was almost attacked. And I said, you know what, Gina, girl, if you don't grow the hell up, that shark didn't even notice you, ma'am. You were never going to be attacked. Shannon, Gina, and Emily go horseback riding.
Emily looks real good on a horse. Her hair is flowing and she looks confident, sexy.
Oh, wow. Gina is in love with Emily and Heather right now. But I am pretty sure before this season is over, Gina is going to side with Heather about something and her and Emily's friendship is going to blow up. I am positive. Keep that same energy, Gina. Well, Jen is back at the house and she has this conversation with Heather, explaining the importance to spending time with family. And Jennifer was telling Heather that she gets home from work at 8 or 9 o'clock. And, that is really sad because earlier in the episode, her husband was telling her that him and the kids had planted pineapples in the backyard. And she said, oh, really? She said, well, I wasn't there. And he said, yeah, we planted them under the lemon tree. And she says, we have a lemon tree? And there's something about that that's just sad to me. You have a whole lemon tree in your backyard and you don't know about it? I don't know, ma'am. Children grow up so fast. Before you know it, Jen, your kids will be off to college. Ryan, buddy, get it together. Ryan needs to get a real full-time local job because you have a housekeeper, and I think she says that housekeeper also doubles as a nanny. Honey, listen, you need to be able to get off work about 6 o'clock, if not 5 o'clock each day. And Ryan needs to be out making a living too. You cannot spend your entire children's childhood holding down the fort. Buddy, I'm sorry, I cannot run these people's house. I really can't, but I'm sorry, you are missing the precious moments. Her kids are still small. There is time. Girl, you don't know you have a lemon tree in the backyard? No, ma'am. Ryan, you better get a job. So Shannon, Gina, and Emily decide they're going to lay out on the beach. They're going to drink some champagne. It is so hot out there in Cabo that the champagne corks are just popping off the bottom.
Spontaneously popping bottles over here.
I said, oh, shoot. Listen, that's good times for me as long as nobody puts an eye out. Anyway, Shannon says that she's concerned about the reception that Noella is going to get from Heather. And my first thought was, Shannon, are you crazy? You better not say one negative thing about Heather in front of Emily and Gina, because then you'll be apologizing again. She'll be throwing you off the villa. Girl, listen, you know that Emily and Gina will run back and tell it all. Gina goes ahead and she lets Shannon and Emily know that she is the one who convinced Heather to invite Noella. Gina says that she is very much hoping that when Noella gets there, her and Shannon will both be in such good places and have so much fun that they'll be able to, become friends. Emily says right off the bat, no, I don't think so. And I agree. I said, what world is Gina living in? Noella is a say it like it is kind of girl. And she says it at the wrong time most times. And Heather is, oh, you've got to be prim and proper. And she likes you to kiss the ring. Noella is not kissing the ring. And that is a problem for Heather. Heather came into this season thinking she is the queen of the OC. And Noella is thinking, no, ma'am, dust off that old crown and hand it to me. I'm just saying, moving on.
Can't open the door. Girls, do you know how to open this door?
Wait, can you turn this knob?
Oh, it's a push. You push it? That's it? It's a push.
These are 3 grown women. Just push and come on in. Shannon says that she really loves Tequila Emily and Tequila Gina. Gina and Emily said that they really love Vacation Shannon. I said, well, here, problem solved. All communication should be down on the OC beach with tequila. And then you'll always get along.
When you know you're a true woman, when you can ride a horse in heat, and then you can just put yourself back together like this.
Hey, listen, Emily was feeling herself, wasn't she? And I said, that's all right, girl, because she looked good. She really did. Now, honey, listen, Noella arrives. The rest of the ladies have gone to dinner. She arrives late because she has some sort of passport issue at the airport. She gets there and she has the nerve to have an attitude.
And I guess I should just be grateful that I got the invitation, but I would have made an effort to be there for my guests when they arrive.
Girl, you barely got on this trip. Honey, go change your clothes and head off to dinner. One woman is not about to stop the show. Noella shows up to dinner and Gina is a little bit nervous. Shannon is a little bit nervous. Gina says that she's nervous because you know, she's supposed to be controlling Noella. And I'm thinking, girl, you are not in control of anybody. Most times you're not even in control of yourself.
I brought my passport card. Airport's policy, you need to have a passport for international travel.
So I'm a woman who is very used to a certain way of travel. This is my first trip since losing my private plane.
Dump this out. I just add some ice.
Welcome.
Oh, yay, to warm tequila. So
Yeah.
She said that you said that all I do is take my kids to frozen yogurt all the time and shop at Costco.
She said that you said that Travis was a loser.
And that he was broke and he had no money.
That is a bold-faced lie. I did not say anything about Travis.
I did actually say something about Gina's house. It was months before I met her, and it was stuff that I'd heard from Bronwyn.
Nicole probably said things too. I can't imagine that the conversation was always
it's
one-sided.
not one-sided. They both talk about us fine.
Noella, no ma'am. Noella is just coming off as ungrateful. Ma'am, you were lucky to get an invite. The woman offered for you to be on her private jet and you couldn't make it for whatever reason. She's paying for the villa, and according to the other girl, she's also paying for dinner. So if you ordered the octopus, the least you could do is take a few bites. And then the complaining about your drink, it's a shot. And oh my God, I need the ice, and then throwing out your drink over your shoulder. You know that's tacky. And Heather was not here for it. Personally, I don't think that Noella should have to bow down to Heather. I don't think any of these girls should be bowing down to Heather. But there is a certain thing of being respectful at a dinner table. You are in public. And then Noella talking about Gina's home. According to Noella herself when she was on Watch What Happens Live, and according to James, sweet James, when he was on the internet, Noella is currently squatting in the place that she lives in. Gina has paid for her place. No ma'am. No ma'am. The point is you're squatting somewhere. According to you, when you were on Bravo and Sweet James, the rent on your place hasn't been paid since November. Don't talk about Gina's home. In that comment she made that I don't need anybody to tell me how to behave. Actually, you might need to reconsider that because you are coming off as immature, selfish, and bratty. In that whole passport situation, girl, you know, every time I've ever flied international somewhere, I've always had to have a passport. I'm just saying, Noella, you know, the comments that she allegedly made about Travis, I believe she actually did make those comments. I don't put anything past Noella. She seems to run her mouth and say whatever she wants to say and then tries to blame it on taking her anger out on the rest of the girls. No, ma'am. Just shut your lips and stop defending Nicole. I don't think that Heather has told Nicole that she better come out here and talk bad about Noella. I don't think that's the case. I don't know, you guys. Get down in the comments and let me know. What do you guys think about Noella's behavior? She came right in and blew up the dinner immediately. I don't know. I look forward to seeing the next couple of episodes. Noella might be messy and she might be all over the place, but she's extremely entertaining. And I think that's exactly what the Real Housewives of the OC needed. They needed Fancy Pants to come back and be annoying, and they needed Noella to be there to be absolutely all over the place. I'm just saying, I'm here for it. Anyway, until next time, bye.